Hello everybody, my name is Spaceman and welcome into a statue unboxing for the channel. Today we got a new package in from our brothers at Sideshow Collectibles, and it's a big one at that. This is a huge piece and I can't wait to break it open and show you guys. This is the new Darth Maul Mythos statue that came out this year, and man, this thing is a tank. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box and start getting it unpacked for you. This statue was sculpted by the Kutrick brothers and designed by David Igo, and it's a polyresin statue standing at about 23.5 inches tall. It's about 16 inches wide and 17 inches deep. It weighs in at about 22 pounds, and a lot of that weight comes from the big base itself. And why don't we get the base out of its packaging and show you specifically what this thing looks like. And here is the base. Man, this thing is heavy. It's such a massive piece, and it really takes up the majority of the footprint, but surprisingly, the footprint of this piece is not that large. It's just very bottom heavy, but you got the great detail on the sides. You have the amazing detail on the back with the Darth Maul paint, and I just love how they include these little artist proofs on the very bottom of these statues, but the artist job and the coloring and the paint and the detail and the design on the base is amazing. You got Darth Sidious in the side, and all of those rocks being pushed out as Darth Maul leaps out of his place. Oh, it's such great design and it's such great artistry. Up next is the body pose for Darth Maul, and when they first released kind of the teaser images of this and the early sculpts, I was blown away. I love the design of him leaping out of the base. There's so much momentum and it's such a dynamic pose. I'm glad they didn't go for a museum style, and I'm glad that they took so much care with the paint work, because man, the paint on this thing is unreal. It's so smooth across the sides, and they got the Clone Wars legs and a little bit more modern look. It's a little bit more updated. You got gears inside. It looks like he's got like a Terminator torso, but man, it just looks so good. The bronze finish and the metallic finish on his bottom half is amazing, but the skin detail is there. The black parts of his skin are a little bit lowered in, so you can tell there's some etching work. There's some nice designs with the chisel, but the skin color looks great. The reds in real life pop much more than they do on camera. This thing is a beast. It looks so good. It looks amazing up close and in person, and the light really bounces off the red of his skin. I'm glad that they put in so much work to care for not only the paint job, but really how he looks exploding out of the base. This thing is a tank. Up next, we have part of his cape. This one goes directly on his back, and this thing is heavy too. It's a nice addition to the polyresin statue, and I gotta tell you, it's got a nice fabric feel. It's all just hard stone, but they really carved it nicely. It reminds me of kind of the Superman Hush resin they used for his cape, but it plugs right in. The magnets are stiff, and it looks great in the dynamic pose, man. The sculpting is just perfect. All right, here we go with a smaller piece of the fabric and the cape in the front. This one goes directly in front of his pelvis. And again, the dynamic side of this cape looks so good. When it's plugged in, you can see the movement in the air and the waves. The way they sculpted this fabric looks amazing. The paint job is perfect. It all blends in so seamlessly in the dark blacks and the dark spots where the mud is flying up. Oh, it just looks like a real piece of fabric. I'm so happy with the design of this piece. Here we go with the final part of his cape on the lower side of the torso. This goes in the left slot, and again, just more additions to the dynamic pose. The cape's flapping in the wind, and you can tell that this was meant to show Darth Maul at his best, leaping out of his position on an attack mode with lightsaber in hand, and he's coming after whoever he's hunting down. All right, so here comes his left hand, and again, the detail is there, man. The skin texture, the tone, the reds really pop. You got these nice leather wraps around his wrists all the way up to his forearm. It looks so good. This is one of the best hand sculpts I've seen out of any 1/5 scale statue. And now remember, all of this statue is 1/5 scale, so it's going to be smaller than a premium format, and it does seem a little bit smaller when you're holding his hand like that, but when you put this entire thing together, it really has a presence and fitted in nicely in the slot. It looks so good, and I'm glad that they came with just a couple of hand signatures, so you don't have to choose which one you really want to rock. And here we go, the best part of the piece in my opinion, the skin detail, the wraps, but that double-bladed lightsaber looks amazing. Look at the energy blast out of both emitter ports. You got the lightsaber extending all the way down. It's the perfect length, and it comes as one solid piece, and Sideshow wrap it quite nicely. They put it in a plastic protector, and it's got some wrapping paper around it, but it's one solid piece, man. You put this thing on the statue, you're good to go, and they put it right in his left hand. It looks so good, and I'm really happy that, you know, they made this so easy for collectors. You just put it together, boom, you're done, and this thing looks amazing once it's put in place. And here you go. Oh, it just looks so good. All right, and now we're getting into some of the portraits of this statue. Now, the limited edition version of Darth Maul is the only one that comes out. It's an edition size of 4,500, and it comes with these two face portraits. You got number one here with the horns really protruding out of his skull, a little bit of a crazier and more, you know, savage version of Darth Maul, kind of harkening back to what we saw in Clone Wars when he was first discovered by Savage Opress. This reminds me of his time currently in the cave, and while it isn't accurate to Rebels or Clone Wars, I really dig in this sculpt. The detail on the face looks great, the skin tone, the paint job looks amazing, the reds pop even more, the detail on the teeth and the eyes looks as realistic as ever, and I gotta tell you guys, it looks super good on the piece. I might be rocking this one down the line.
San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try and get a service just like that started. Science editor Steve Newman.
And here we have the normal version of Darth Maul sculpt, and you can see him gritting his teeth, a little bit angrier, and the other one's more savage. This one is more Darth Maul-esque. This one is more standard to his character, and you have the nice shortened horns on the top of his head. You know, I'm wondering if maybe they would have come out with a bit of a cloak version for his original sculpt, but either way, I love having two different choices, and let's see what the original head looks like on this statue. Man, the OG head just looks so good. You can just see all of Maul's presence there. It's like he's at the end of Season 7 of the Clone Wars. He's leaping out, trying to find Ahsoka. Oh, it just looks so natural and so good. Even though, again, this is a 1/5 scale statue, it feels like a premium format, and the footprint is tiny. This thing has such a small footprint, but it takes up so much space, and I like that. It's got such a big presence on your display stand. This is a perfect Darth Maul statue, and in my opinion, this is one of the best Star Wars statues out there, hands down. And here we go. We'll switch back in the other head portrait. I have to say, I think I like the crazier look a little bit more. It reminds me of when we first found him in the Clone Wars. It reminds me of when he first came back and Darth Maul is out on his own looking for revenge against Sidious, against Obi-Wan, against everybody. He looks like an absolute badass, and this piece is amazing. From the base with the great detail and the rocks exploding out of the base, you got Darth Sidious's head off to the left crumbling below Maul. You got Maul up top with these great robotic legs that aren't realistic to the canon, but I don't care. They look like Terminator legs, and man, they look good. It brings so much of a dynamic pose to this piece, and the energy of him exploding out of the base, leaping in the air with a double-bladed lightsaber in his left hand. Oh, it looks so good. The detail, the sculpting, the paint application, the design, everything is here for this sculpt. And I gotta tell you, this is one of the best Darth Maul statues out there from Sideshow. This is an amazing piece, and I am so happy to have it in the collection. This thing looks great. If you guys enjoyed the statue unboxing, maybe let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any statues, if you're looking to pick up any Star Wars pieces from the Mythos line coming out. We got Obi-Wan and Anakin coming up next, but I'm looking forward to the Anakin Clone Wars 1/6 scale statues coming from Sideshow. I can't wait for those to drop, but this Darth Maul is absolutely epic, and it's going to look great in my collection next to my Captain America and Batman. I can't wait to add it there, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to check out other content on this channel, and leave a like if you want to, subscribe as well, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bam!